The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for the next time frame matchup in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. And today's opponent for the Habs will be none other than the 92-93 New York Islanders. Your starting netminders for Game 1 of this time frame is going to be Glenn Healy for the Islanders. Ken Dryden will also be going in net for the Habs, and we're just about set and getting ready to drop the puck. The adjustments have been made. Let's get right into game time. Without further ado, will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a visitor scoring chance with a 54, home player in 4. That is Rick Chartraw. He stops a New York Islander goal opportunity with a quality roll of hit or a square. Although Rick Chartraw does not have hit, he doesn't have a square, he does have hit. So that is going to be it for the first segment of the game. So he's the only one that changes, and we move on. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 3. That's Vladimir Malakov for the Islanders and Pete Mahovlich for the Habs. We're looking for the quality of star. Both guys have star, and we are going to move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make place saves, so it's going to be a 4 or 5 with a dot to do so. And he will do so nobody flips, and we move on. Penalty check between Jacques Lemaire and anybody on the ice for the Islanders. So let's see here. We got... they could either tie, or the Habs are going to go on the power play. And if they do go on the power play, either Brad Delgarno or Darius Kasparidis will be going into the box. So let's have the decider decide what we're going to do. Dot, we tie. And we will tie. So it's either Mullen, Turgeon, or Norton who's going to be tying up with Jacques Lemaire. So it looks like, I think we're going to keep the symbols out there, and I'm okay with giving up Jacques Lemaire because he's the only one that needs to be flipped. So we're going to give it to Jeff Norton to tie, and that's going to be it for the first period here in Game 1 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 92-93 Islanders. As you can tell, the score is 0-0 as we move on to the second period. Quality check between players 2 and 1. That's Jimmy Roberts and Brian Mullen. We're looking for the quality of hits. Oh, neither player has hit, and that will do it for the first segment of the second period here as we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 45. It reads, any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. We do have contenders. It's either King or Turgeon to either create the power play goal. I think we're going to give it to Derek King because Pierre Turgeon his assist rating is good. So I think we're going to give Derek King the opportunity to create the power play goal. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to do so. Can't and the Islanders get on the board courtesy of a power play goal courtesy of Derek King. Let's see how many assists are handed out in the play. 2 assists. As mentioned, Pierre Turgeon will be assisting Derek King on the power play goal. And we also are going to give an assist to Hugh Krupp. So King from Turgeon and Krupp is your ice-breaking goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please always remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has great taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. The 92-93 Islanders lead game 1 of this time frame by a score of 1-0. We stay here in the 10th minute of the second period with a quality check between players 1 and 2. That's Bob Gainey and Brad Delgarno. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Islanders. Player number 4 is going to be Serge Savard, and it's going to be anybody. We're looking for the quality of star. Man, and the only guy out there with star is Steve Thomas, so they could either tie or go and give the Habs a chance to score. I think they're going to keep the lead and tie it. So Savard and it looks like Steve Thomas will tie it up as they both have star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check, this time between both players in 3. That's Fitzgerald for the Islanders and Doug Riseborough for the Habs. We're looking for the quality of star. Neither player has star, and that's going to do it for the second period here in this one. So not before the 92-93 Islanders take a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Dave King. I'm assuming that is right. Yeah, Derek King. I'm sorry. Courtesy of Derek King on the power play as they take it to the locker room before coming back out for the third period with a score of 1-0. Oh, and it's going to be a visitor scoring chance and home player scores a goal. So whenever choice comes up, what I do is I roll the die. If you're tuning in for the first time in this project, thank you for tuning in. And I hope if you like the content that you seen, not only on this video, but in other videos on my channel, a like is appreciated, as well as a subscription, and also turn on the notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any new time frame matchups in this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the red die, and it's going to determine the player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player 4, that's Rick Chartraw. So Rick Chartraw is going to score the goal. Let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. 1 assist. Guy Lafleur will be the lone assist taker, and the Habs tie it up, courtesy of Rick Chartraw. Even strength goal from Guy Lafleur. Oh, and it's oh my goodness! It's a automatic power play goal for the Habs. A 366 mark, according to the rules of Hockey Blast Express, is an automatic power play goal, no save roll. So let's see who scored the goal. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Maury Wilson will score the power play goal. How many assists? 1 assist. How about... Ooh. I think I'm going to keep that square out there. So it's between Tremblay and Mahavlich. Let's have the decider die decide. Dot, it will be Tremblay. And it will be Mahavlich. Maury Wilson from Pete Mahavlich is your goal-scoring stat line, and the Habs take a stunning lead, 2-1 here in this time frame as we stick around with the here in the 5th minute of this third period. Home scoring chance of a 22. It reads, visitor goalie must make a spec save. So Glenn Healy's turn to make it. So it's going to be Glenn Healy's turn to make a save, as he needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Oh, and he can, and the Habs will score. It's 3-1. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be Steve Shutt. So Steve Shutt will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So I think we're going to go with Tremblay, and I do want to keep one square out there. So we'll go with Tremblay and Savard. So Shutt from Tremblay and Savard are your assist takers on the Steve Shutt 3-1 lead for the Habs. And 3 goals down, and we have a cap total of 6 per segment. 3 more. We scored 3. We need 3 more until the segment ends. Oh, and it's a triple sixes. Okay. Injury to visiting players. So it's going to be an injury. We're going to decide. We're going to roll the red die. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6. The goalie is injured. Player number 3. Oh, that's Benoit Hogue. So he will come out of the game. And like normal NHL, as you guys see it on television, so like normal hockey, I play this as a team has a man down. So we played with 12 guys. Now we're down to 11 guys. So with that being said, no scoring. The segment automatically ends. We will move on. Excuse me. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play save. So a 4 or 5 with a dot will be 4 or 5 with a dot, I should say, for Ken Dryden to make the save. He does so. Nobody flips, and we will move on. Penalty check between players 1 and 4. That's Bob Gainey and Darius Kasparidis. Their penalty mark. Oh, it looks like Kasparidis is going to go to the penalty box with a penalty rating of 2. As Bob Gainey is going to move in on Glenn Healy. He needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs score on the power play, courtesy of Bob Gainey. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2 assists. And it looks like Lemaire, and I believe we're going to go with Jimmy Roberts. So Bob Gainey scores the power play goal from Jacques Lemaire and Jimmy Roberts. And all of a sudden, the Islanders are losing control of this ball game here in game 1 of this time frame. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. That's Vladimir Malakov. Hope I'm saying that right. And we're looking for the quality of Star. The only guy out on the ice with Star to tie, excuse me, the only guy out on the ice with Star is Guy Lafleur. So he's going to go ahead and tie Vladimir Malakov. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I butcher names, I'm sorry. And I do apologize in advance. They both have Star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 13. Visitor goalie must make play save. So a 1 or 2 with a dot will do so. Nope, it's going to be a 5-1 lead for the Habs. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. It's going to be a tie between Tremblay and Doug Riseborough. Dot, it's going to be Tremblay. Dot will be Tremblay. And it will be Doug Riseborough. Doug Riseborough will score the goal. 1 assist will be handed out in the play. How about it? Mario Tremblay. excuse me, Doug Reesborough from Mario Tremblay will be your goal-scoring stat line for the 5-1 lead here in this one. And we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between both players in one. That's Marty McInnes and Maury Wilson. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and that is your ball game, folks. Stop the clock, please. Man, oh man, after scoring one goal early on in the first, and they thought they had this game all wrapped up, the Habs quickly scored 2 in the second and 3 here in the third to win it 5-1 and take game one over the 1992-93 New York Islanders here in this time frame matchup. So once again, stay tuned for game one's Biddy Beer game summary, as always, presented by Biddy Beer, the official beverage drink of the Play Games community. As always, with Biddy Beer, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 92-93 New York Islanders. The Habs took Game 1 of this time frame, winning it by a final score of 5-1. After being shut out in the first period of that game, they stormed their way back to take a 5-1 victory and take a 1-0 lead in this time frame matchup. Your starting netminders for this game is still going to be Ken Dryden for the Habs. Mark Fitzpatrick will be the starting netminder for the Islanders. Ray Ferraro will come in at center with Hogue, who got injured last game, sitting out for one game. He will be back for game number 3. With that being said, with 45 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock, let's get right into game 2. Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin this ball game with a quality check between player number 3 and anybody in the ice for the Habs. And right away, Ray Ferraro is going to get picked on as we're looking for the quality of smart. So pick your poison between Wilson, Roberts, or Mahavlich to tie. I think they will tie it. It's early, so I think we're going to tie. So we're going to go right across from him with Pete Mahavlich, as both guys have smart, and that will do it for the first segment of game 2 of this time frame matchup. Visitor scoring chance of a 42. Visitor player in 5, that's Bill Nyrop. He creates a goal opportunity with a quality roll of smart or a triangle. Oh my, no. Bill Nyrop does not have smart, and he does not have a triangle. He has a square, though. Unfortunately, that is going to be it. Excuse me. That's going to be it for that scoring opportunity, and we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 43. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. You bet we do. Pierre Turgeon will get the opportunity here to get the Islanders early up on the board really quickly here. He moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 5 or a 6 with a dot to make the stop. A 6 or a blank is going to score the goal. Unfortunately, Ken Dryden will make the stop on Pierre Turgeon. And that's going to do it for that segment, and we move on. We got a quality check between players 3 and 2. Fitzgerald and Roberts are your contestants here as we're looking for the quality of power. Both Fitzgerald and Roberts both have power, and we will move on to the next segment as we we go to the second period, I should say, with a scoreless tie at 0 apiece. Home scoring chance of a 42. It reads, any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Nope, we don't have a home. The only the only symbol that we have out there is Kasparidis's square out there for the Islanders. So no, nothing will be coming up in that home scoring affair, and we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 4 and 2. Right away, that's Kasparidis and Guy Lafleur. Oh man, again, Kasparidis is going to go to the box as Guy Lafleur will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, who needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, and by the hair of his chinny chin, he stops it to keep this game scoreless. The Coliseum, Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, New York, is coming out of their seats on that one. We move on with a quality check between both players in 3. That's Jacques Lemaire and Ray Ferraro. We're looking for the quality of power. Oh man, nobody has power between Ferraro and Lemaire. So that's going to do it for the 15th minute of this second period here as we move on with a scoreless tie of 0 apiece. Somebody's got to score the first goal of the game. I wonder who is it going to be. Quality check again between both players in 3. This time it'll be Riesborough and Pierre Turgeon. We're looking for the quality of skill. It looks like Turgeon has skill. He's moving in on Ken Dryden. He needs to make a 6 or 6 with a blank to score the goal. Nope, like a rock, Ken Dryden will stop the attempt from Pierre Turgeon. And that's going to do it for the second period here on Long Island as we go to the third period with a scoreless tie after 40 minutes of play are in the books for Game 2. We begin this third period with a quality check between player 4 and 5. That's Vladimir Malakhov and Pierre Bouchard. We're looking for the quality of hits. It looks like Bouchard's going to win that one as he moves in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the Habs will score the game's first goal courtesy of Pierre Bouchard. It took nearly almost 40 to 45 minutes of play to get our first goal. So let's see who assisted Mr. Bouchard on the goal. Only one assist. It looks like Pete Mahovlich will assist Pierre Bouchard on the ice-breaking goal, and we continue on here in this 5th minute of the third period. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 52. Home player in 2, that's Pat Flatley. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of skill or a square. No, Flatley does not have skill and he does not have a square. Therefore, it will be a goal for the Habs, and they lead 2-0. Let's see who scored the goal, courtesy of the scorer finder chart. 5 choice players. So again, we'll roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Player number 1, that's Maury Wilson, who's going to score the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. So Jacques Lemaire will assist Mr. Wilson on the 2-0 lead for the Habs. As the Islanders fans are like, we have seen this team play 40 minutes of good hockey. Now they give up 2 goals back to back. Yikes. Excuse me. And we're going to stay put with 2 goals scored, 4 more to go until the segment ends. Home scoring chance of a 26. Choice home player rolls for a goal using shot stars +2. Well, here's the thing. Oh, Vladimir Malakov needs to flip. Forgot that he was used. Man, pick your poison. I think, excuse me, I think we're going to go with Marty McInnes. He needs to roll a 1 or a 2 to do so. And he does so to get the Islanders on the board. It's 2-1, courtesy of Marty McInnes. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2 assists. How about it? Flatley and Norton will assist McInnes on the 2-1 goal. On the 2-1 goal, still Montreal leads it. And this crowd here has come alive. We scored 3 goals, 3 more, and the segment automatically ends. Penalty check between players 3 and 5. That's Fitzgerald and Bill Nyra. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that will seal up the 5th minute of the 3rd period here on Long Island. As we continue on here to the 10th minute of the 3rd period with a home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4, that is Rick Chartraw. He creates a quality roll. Excuse me. He stops a goal, I should say. Excuse me, with a quality roll of smart or a square. Otherwise, it's going to be a goal. And it looks like, folks, the game is tied. Rick Chartraw does not have smart. He does not have a square. The game is tied at 2 apiece. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. So it's a tie between Ferraro and Mullen. I do like to keep that square out there. That circle out there. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. 3-way tie. Sorry. Mullen, Delgarno, and Ferraro are tied with 1 star evened out amongst them. So I believe we're going to give the goal. I still want to keep that circle out there. So it's between Delgrano and Ferraro. Let's roll the decider die. It will be Delgrano. And it will be Ray Ferraro scoring to score the game tying goal. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2 assists. It looks like, of course, Brad Delgrano and Darius Kasparidis will assist Ray Ferraro on the game-tying goal. And the Islanders have crawled all the way back from 2-0 down to tie it up at 2 apiece. We continue on in this segment with a penalty check between players 4 and 1. Malakov and Steve Shudd will be your penalized takers here. It looks like Vladimir Malakov will go to the box with a penalty rating of 1. Steve Shutt will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, who needs to make a 2 or 3 with the dot to make the save to keep the game tied. Note the Habs take the lead off of the power play goal, courtesy of Steve Shutt. Excuse me. And let's see who assisted Shutt on the power play goal. 2 assists. It looks like, how about it? Reesborough and Tremblay will assist Mr. Shutt on the power play goal to take a 3-2 lead for the Habs. And we stay put here in this 10th minute segment here. We scored 3 goals, 3 down. Yes, 3 goals. I think I may have lost track, but whatever. Home scoring chance with a 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a home goal. Otherwise, it will be a goal. We got contenders between Gainey and Roberts. It will be Roberts. And it will be Roberts. So Roberts will stop the. Yes, any visitor player stops a home goal. Yes. So Jimmy Roberts will stop the Islander goal from getting past him to keep this game. Excuse me, to keep this game right where it's at, of 3-2 in favor of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Penalty check between players 1 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Brian Mullen is the unlucky contestant that will be heading off. We'll be looking at here. Well, here's the thing. We're going to send Rick Chartraw to the box. We're going to give the Islanders a chance to get back into this game here. Excuse me, as Rick Chartraw will go to the box. And Brian Mullen has a penalty rating of 0.5. Chartraw has a penalty rating of 1.5. Mullen's going to move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make the stop. And he can't. The game is tied up at 3, courtesy of Brian Mullen. And let's see who assisted him on the play. Oh, and it will be unassisted. So somehow on a break, Brian Mullen ties up the game, courtesy on the power play. And we have scored. Yes, now I think we have scored 3 goals. The stats will tell when I'm doing the review point, and it will show on. I'm losing it. I'm sorry, guys. We're moving on. We have a penalty check of a between players 5 and 2. That's Krupp and Lafleur. We are looking. Oh, Krupp's going to go to the box as Guy Lafleur will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make the stop. He will do so. This game is all knotted up at 3 apiece. Anything can happen in the final segment of this game. Either we're going to overtime or the game will end. Home scoring chance of a 22. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Ken Dryden is not known for this. He has a spec save rating of 2. This is the Islanders' chance to take the lead. And he does make the save. So nobody flips. And it looks like we are going to overtime. So again, if you're tuning in for the first time, how overtime works is we will play out a new game. So kind of like playoff hockey, the score remains tied at 3 apiece, and we play it as normally for regulation, 4 segments of 5 minutes, and the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So we play on in the first overtime with a quality check of between players 3 and 2. That's Pierre Turgeon and Mario Tremblay. We're looking for the quality of hit. Oh, Tremblay has the quality of hit. Mark Fitzpatrick is going to have to make a play here to seal up the game here, a 2 or 3 with a dot to keep the game going. He does so. Quality check again, this time between players 5 and 4. That's Norton and Savard. We're looking for the quality of skill, both guys with skill. And that's going to be it for the 10th minute of overtime of the first overtime period. And we will move on to the next segment in this one. Quality check between both players in 2. That's Roberts and Thomas. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both have smart. We move on to the next segment here in this one. And it's a 1-6-6. Oh, and that's going to be it, folks. Choice home player scores a goal. The Islanders will take it. Stop the clock. Excuse me. Sorry, folks, for my cough there. The fans go nuts here as the Islanders take it by a final score of 4-3. Let's see who scored the goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating. That's going to be Derek King. Derek King scoring the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out in the play. Pat Flatley and Malakov will assist Derek King on the game winner in the first overtime period. And the New York Islanders have tied up this time frame at 1 apiece. Oh man, what a game. What a game that was. So, again, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products, um, uh, the official alcoholic drink of the Play Games community. Is always your favorite Bitty Beer products. And not to mention, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1992-93 New York Islanders. As you can see, after 2 games have been played, this time frame is tied up at 1 game apiece, with Game 1 going to the Habs by a score of 5-1, and Game 2 went to New York, the Islanders, by a final score of 4-3 in overtime. And I do want to apologize for the nasaliness in my voice. I've been dealing with seasonal allergies as of late, so I do apologize for that. So hopefully it'll be better sometime very soon. With that being said, your starting netminders for this game will be Glenn Healy for the Islanders, and Michel Larocque will go for the Habs. With that being said, with 28 minutes and 38 seconds left on the clock, let's get right into Game 3. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a home scoring chance of a 13. Visitor goalie must make a place save. So Glenn Healy needs to make a 2 a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will score the goal, and Montreal is on the board. It's 1-0. And let's see who scored the goal. 11, it'll be the second best shot rating. So the best out there is Guy Lafleur. And the second best shot rating belongs to either Pete Mahovlich or Bob Gainey. I do want to keep at least the square and the circle out there. So we're going to give it to Pete Mahovlich for the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out into the play. Lafleur and, unfortunately, Gainey is going to have to flip-flop here. So we will go with that. So it's Mahovlich from Guy Lafleur and Bob Gainey on the ice-breaking tally here in Game 3 of this time frame matchup. We stay put in this 5th minute of the first period with a quality check between both players in 3. That's Fitzgerald for New York and Jacques Lemaire for Montreal. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like both guys have smart, and that will do it for this opening segment in Game 3 of this time frame matchup. We got another quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 3. That's Rick Chartraw, and it will be Benoit Hogue. We're looking for the quality of hits. It looks like Rick Chartraw is going to win that battle with Hogue, as Chartraw will move in on Glenn Healy, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and Rick Chartraw will score the Habs' second goal of the game. Let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. 2 assists. It looks like it'll be Tremblay and Riesborough who will be assisting Rick Chartraw on the 2-0 goal for the Habs. We need to swap Hogue before I forget. We got a penalty check, this time between players 2 and 4. That's Roberts and Kasparidis. Oh, it looks like Darius Kasparidis is going to go to the box as Jimmy Roberts is going to move in on Glenn Healy, who needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will score a third goal of the game, courtesy of Jimmy Roberts, a power play goal. And 2 assists will be handed on to the play. Mahavlich and Savard will be your assist takers on the Jimmy Roberts power play goal. And I think we are going to make the Islanders are going to make a goaltending change, and I believe they will. And they're going to bring on Mark Fitzpatrick. Don't know how good that's going to do him here in this one, but let's see and find out. Penalty check between players 1 and 2, Wilson and Delgarno. It looks like, Delgarno is going to go to the box as Maury Wilson will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will score the 4th goal of the game, courtesy of Maury Wilson, a power play goal. And it will be 2 assists handed out on the play. So Lafleur and Lemaire will assist Maury Wilson on the power play goal. That is 3 goals down and 3 more to go until the segment automatically ends. And if you're the Islanders, you need to come up with a big stop here. Oh my goodness, another penalty check, this time between players 5 and 1. It is Bouchard and McInnes. Thank God both guys had the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We need to flip Kasparidis as well, because he was used earlier. Quality check between players 3 and 2. That's Riesborough and Thomas. We're looking for the quality of star. It looks like Steve Thomas has star, as he will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Steve Thomas goes for naught, and Michel Larocque keeps it right here at 4-0, courtesy of the Montreal Canadiens. Home scoring chance of a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Oh, yikes. Mark Fitzpatrick is going to have to roll either a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will get on, extend their lead to 5-0 here in the first period. Yikes. Let's see who scored that goal. 9. Second best shot rating. So the best out there is Steve Shutt, and we have a tie between Tremblay and Riesborough. It looks like we're going to roll the decider die, or we'll roll the decider die. Dot, it's Riesborough. And it will be Tremblay. So Tremblay will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed on the play. So Steve Shutt and We will go with, I do want to keep that square out there. So Doug Reesborough will take the secondary assist from Tremblay's goal. And we stay put here in this 20-minute segment of the second period, of the first period, excuse me. Quality check between players 5 and 4, that is Nairop and Malakov. We're looking for smart. Neither player has smart, and that's going to end the first period. An eventful first period as the Habs jump out to a 5-0 lead here in the opening 20 minutes of this ball game. We go to the second, and we start things off with a penalty check between players 5 and 3. That's Bouchard and Turgeon. It looks like both guys have the same penalty rating, and that is going to be it for the first minute or the first segment of the second period here at the Forum in Montreal. Quality check, this time between players 2 and 1. That is Roberts and Mullen. We're looking for the quality roll of smart. It looks like both guys have smart. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh my goodness, another quality check, this time between players 4 and 3. That's Rick Chartraw and Fitzgerald. We are looking for the quality of hits. It looks like Chartraw is going to win that one. And yikes, Islanders fans, you might want to look away for this one. Rick Chartraw will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick as he needs to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. Oh my goodness, and he does make the stop. Wow. I wonder what the coach was saying during the intermission to his team, down 5-0. Wonder what was said, but we will find out sooner or later. Oh, and triple sixes, that is going to be a home scoring chance. Or excuse me, it's an injury to a visiting player. Oh my goodness, injury to a visiting player. Okay, so we'll re-roll the red die. Whoops. We're going to roll the red die again. It's still a triple six. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 will be 6 will be the goalie. 1, that's Derek King. So Derek King is injured, and that is going to be it for the second period. No action doing here as we set things up for the third period here in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 1 and 4. That is Bob Gainey and Darius Kasparidis. We're looking for the quality of smarts. It looks like Bob Gainey is going to win that one as he will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a play save of a 1 or 2 with a dot. Can't, and the Habs extend their lead to an outstanding 6-0 lead. Excuse me, as Bob Gainey scores the goal, and two assists will be handed out on the play. It'll be Lafleur and how about we keep that triangle out there just in case? We'll go with Lafleur and Savard assisting on the goal by Bob Gainey. Quality check, this time between both players in 4. That's Chartra and Malakov. We're looking for skill. It looks like Vladimir Malakov is going to win that one, as he does have skill, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. The score remains 6-0 here in the 5th minute of the third, at the end of the 5th minute of the third period. And we move on. Oh, and it's a 3-6-6. It's going to be an automatic power play goal for the home team. 3-6. Yes, I believe so. 3-6-6 ends up being a automatic power play goal for the home team. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That will be. That will be Wilson, Tremblay, or Mahavlich. We're gonna roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be Pete Mahavlich scoring the goal. It'll be a power play goal for Pete. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. And it looks like it's going to be either Savard, Tremblay, or Wilson. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Serge Savard will assist Pete Mahavlich on the power play goal. And we continue on here in this 10th minute of the third period. Home scoring chance of a 41. Home player in 5, that's Bill Nyrop. He creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Although Bill Nyrop does not have a triangle, he does have hits. So he's going to be moving in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. 0-2 with a blank will not do so. The Habs extend their lead. It's 7-0. Courtesy of Bill Nyrop. And how many assists will be handed out on the play? 2 assists. Lemaire and we'll go with Tremblay. Lemaire and Tremblay assisting Mr. Bill Nyrop on the 7-0 tally for the Habs. And we continue on in this one. Quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Bouchard and Marty McInnes. We're looking for the quality roll of hit. It looks like Bouchard's going to win that one. Mark Fitzpatrick needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs extend their lead. It's 8-0, courtesy of the Montreal Canadiens. And Pierre Bouchard, let's see who assisted him. 9 to assists. I do want to make this one quick. Reesborough, and we'll go with Roberts. So Pierre Bouchard from Reesborough and Roberts will be your tally for this one. And I count 3 down, 3 to go in this segment before the segment ends. Penalty check between players 4 and 2. That's Chartraw and Pat Flatley. It looks like, Chartraw is going to go to the box. So Pat Flatley is going to move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 8-0 to preserve the shutout so far through 10 minutes of the third period. Visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec save. So Michel Larocque needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the spec save. He won't. The shutout is gone, and the Islanders get on the board. It's 8-1. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be Benoit Hogue scoring the goal. And unassisted. So Benoit Hogue will score the goal unassisted. Quality check, this time between anybody on the ice for the Habs against you, Krupp. We're going to have a guy with smart, so pick your poison besides Nyrop. Let's go. If anyone wants to get off the ice, that the Islanders need to get off the ice, it's probably going to be Lafleur. So we're going to go with Guy Lafleur facing you, Krupp. We're looking for the quality roll of smart. Both guys have smart, and that will do it for this segment here in the third period. And let's continue on. Oh, and it's a home automatic power play goal. Let's see who scored the goal. 5 choice players. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be the goal scorer. 4, that's Serge Savard. He will score the goal, and it's 9-1 in favor of the Habs. And let's see how many assists will be handed on the play. 1 assist. So it'll be Savard from Havlich. And that will do it for this portion of the segment. And we continue on. Home scoring chance of a 35. Home player in 3, that is Jacques Lemaire. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. He does have both a triangle and skill. So he's going to move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and it's 10-1 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. It's a rout, folks. So Jacques Lemaire will score the goal, as 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Let's see here. Tremblay and excuse me. Tremblay and Nairop will assist Mr. Jacques Lemaire on the goal. 2 down, 4 to go in this segment. And right away, the game is pretty much over at this point. 54 on the home scoring chance. Visitor defense player in 5, that's Norton. He stops the goal with a quality roll of power or a square. Although he doesn't have a square, he does have power, and that is going to be enough. Stop the clock. Excuse me, to end this massacre by the Habs. Your final score for Game 3, the Montreal Canadiens take Game 3 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock by a final score of 10-1. So with that being said, stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer, and stay tuned for Game 4 coming up right here on my channel. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1992-93 New York Islanders. We are back at Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, with the Habs leading 2-1 in this time frame matchup. With 9 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, this could possibly be the final game of this time frame matchup, depending on how quickly we get this game played out. Your starting netminders for this game will be Ken Dryden going for the Habs, and Mark Fitzpatrick will go for the Islanders, as he will probably do a better job in this one, hopefully, than the one in relief last time out. So with that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And right away, we're going to begin with a penalty check between players 2 and 5. That's Delgrano and Bouchard. It looks like Brad Delgrano is going to go to the box, as Bouchard is going to move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make it 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Excuse me, unfortunately, he can't, and the Habs will get on the board. It's 1-0, courtesy of Montreal. and Pierre Bouchard. Let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. 2 assists. It will be Reesborough and Roberts to assist Bouchard on the ice-breaking goal here in Game 4 of this time frame matchup. Visitor scoring chance of a 45. We have any visitor player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Oh, you bet we do. We have Guy Lafleur with that symbol printed on his card. So he will move in on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, and 3 with a blank won't do it. The Habs will score the power play goal courtesy of Guy Lafleur. And let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. 2 assists. Mahavlich, and I do want to keep that square out there for Nyrop just in case. So we're going to go with Wilson. So Lafleur from Mahavlich and Wilson will be your power play goal scoring tally for the Habs, as it is 2-0 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. Home scoring chance of a 12. Visitor goalie must make play save. So Ken Dryden needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance again. This time it'll be a 16. Visitor goalie must make shot saves. So a 2 or 3 with a dot. So something other than a 2 or 3 with a dot, we'll put the Islanders up on the board. Unfortunately, it won't be, so the score will stay at 2-0. Nobody flips. And we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 5. That is going to be Kasparidis and Nyrop. We're looking for the quality of power. Both guys have power. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check, this time between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. That's Turgeon. Let's see here. We're looking for power. So anybody with power, I think we're going to do just that. We're going to go with either Shutt, Tremblay, Chartrand, and Bouchard. Well, we're probably going to look for almost all the qualities. So Shutt is the only guy out there on the ice that'll match him with power. Both guys with will have both guys do have power. As we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 41, as it will be visitor player in 4, that's Chartrand. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Yikes, that's not going to help for the Habs to extend their lead, as Rick Chartrand does not have skill, neither does he have a triangle, so that is going to be considered a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance again of a 13. Home goalie must make play saves, so a 2 or 3 with a dot will make the save for Fitzpatrick. Can't, and the Habs will extend their lead to 3-0. And let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to go to Mr. Jacques Lemaire. And the assists, 2 assists will be handed out in the play. Tremblay and Savard will assist Mr. Lemaire on the 3-0 tally for Montreal. Sorry, I'm dropping cards all over the place. There we go. And we continue on in this segment with a quality check with both players in one. That's Gainey and Volek, David Volek. We're looking for the quality of star. Oh, it looks like Bob Gainey is going to win that one as Volek does not have star printed on his card. So Gainey will move it on Mark Fitzpatrick, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the Habs will extend their lead. It's 4-0, courtesy of Bob Gainey. And let's see how many assists will be handed out on the play. 2 assists. Reesborough and Roberts will assist Bob Gainey on the 4-0 lead. And it looks like the Islanders are going to call timeout here for a little breather here. They're going to keep Fitzpatrick in there. But I think the coach is telling him, don't let these guys intimidate you. We still can come back and win this one, but I don't see how that's going to happen. And we will continue on with a home scoring chance of a 25. Excuse me. It reads, choice home player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. Well, I am definitely going to get that to Vladimir Malakov. And he needs to roll a 3 or 4 with a dot to score the goal. He will do so as the Islanders get on the board courtesy of Malakov. And it will be unassisted. So Malakov will score unassisted. And the Islanders get on the board coming off the timeout. And it was a good call by the coach to call the timeout. Quality check between players 5 and 6. So, 5 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. So, Krupp is going to go head-to-head with somebody on the ice. So, we're going to go right across from him with Bouchard as he matches them. We're looking for power. Both guys have power, and that will do it for this segment here in this one. We got a home scoring chance of a 63. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make a play save. So 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. He will stop it. So nobody flips. And we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 33. This time it reads home player in one. That is Volek was used. It'll be actually Marty McInnes. We got a 33, and it reads home player in one. That's McInnes. He creates a goal with a quality roll of power or a triangle. Oh, Marty McInnes does not have power, and he does not have a triangle. So that is going to be considered a no action segment, and that will do it here for this one. As we move to the third, we got a visitor scoring chance of a 63. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. We got contenders, Fitzgerald or Mullen. So Mullen came out. I do want to keep him out there. So we're going to go with Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald will stop the Montreal power play goal attempt, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 15. Home goalie must make play saves. So a 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. It won't. And the Habs will extend their lead. It's 5-1. Let's see who scored the goal. 8, player with the best shot rating. That is Guy Lafleur. Will be the lucky contestant scoring the goal. With 2 assists handed out on the play, Mahavlich and Wilson. So we'll go with Mahavlich and Wilson for the assist takers off the Guy Lafleur goal to make it 5-1, and the timer runs out. So we will finish this game off to end this time frame. Quality check between both players in one. That's Shutt and Mullen. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 51. Home player in one. That is David Bullock. He stops a goal with a quality roll of skill or or a square. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Yikes! Volek does not have a square, nor does he have skill. So unfortunately, it will be a 6-1 lead for the Habs. Let's see who scored the goal for them. 11. Second best shot rating. So the best out there is Lemaire. The second best belongs to Mario Tremblay. So Mario Tremblay will score the goal, giving 2 assists on the play. How about it? Lemaire and Gainey. So Tremblay from Lemaire so Lemaire. I'm sorry, I can't speak. Sorry. It was yes, it was Tremblay from Lemaire and Bob Gainey. And we will continue on here in this 15th minute segment here in this one. With a home scoring chance of a 16, visitor goalie must make shot saves. So a 2 or 3 with a dot will save it. Anything else, the Islanders will score a goal. The Islanders will get on the board with another goal. Let's see who did it. 7. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be Benoit Hogue. Bullets used. Forgot about him. So Benoit Hogue will score the goal. And let's see who assisted him. 1 assist. How about it? Jeff Norton. So Hogue from Norton will be the 6-2 tally for the still in favor of the Habs. And we continue on here in this one. I believe it was 2 down, so 4 more to go until this segment automatically ends. We got a quality check with a roll of between players 5 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. It'll be Krupp and against anybody on the ice with power. So Wilson is out of it. It looks like we are going to go right across from him with Bill Nyrock. Both guys have power. And we will move on here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 63. It reads, home defense stop, breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make play save. So someone is screaming up screening up the ice or rushing up the ice towards Ken Dryden. He needs to make a play save. 4 or 5 of the dot will do so. It will stop the clock. Oh man, the Habs will squeeze out a 6-2 victory, stopping the Islanders' chance at gaining another goal. But with that being said, this game will end by a final score of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens 6 and the 1992-93 New York Islanders 2, giving Montreal a 3-1 time frame series victory here in this one. Well, once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in to this time frame matchup between the Habs and the Islanders. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary as well as the Bitty Beer time frame summary coming up right after, really soon in the video. And as always, every time frame and game summary in this project is presented by Bitty Beer. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1992-93 New York Islanders. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, once again, it's that time of day again where we get to figure out who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens up next in this Gauntlet Challenge. We have seen so many good time frame matchups throughout this project, but the question is, who's going to be next? Let's find out. Please turn your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel. As always, is presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please do drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Let's see who the lucky contestant will be. The 2022-23 San Jose Sharks are on the docket coming up in this project here in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. But between the Sharks and the Habs, who's going to be the home team to begin the time frame? Well, let's find out when we give the Doc Cola home team selector wheel a spin. As always, is presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge Project. And it looks like the 76-77 Habs will be the home team to begin the 15th time frame of this project. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame. Again, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the two teams, the 92-93 Islanders and the 76-77 Habs. But stay tuned for time frame number 15 when the 22-23 San Jose Sharks will try to nab at the Habs time frame winning ways coming up in this project. If you like what you have seen so far in this project, and of course, any as well as other videos on my channel that I may post, please do consider leaving a like, as well as turning on the notifications bell and subscribing to the channel, so that way you don't miss out on anything when it comes to this project and any future videos that I may post here on my channel. And again, I hope you enjoyed today's time frame matchup. And as always, have a great rest of your day.